All right, Coach, we're going to go to the classroom here. I know you didn't get the results that you were looking for on Sunday against the 49ers, but teaching moments, positive things. We're going to take a look at you guys doing a really good job of run defense.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, when we hit the tape with the players, the first thing you start with is corrections, what you got to fix, what you got to clean up going forward. It's all about weekly improvement as a team, but you also have to emphasize what you've done well. So understand what they're building on, what they're doing, what they're establishing as an identity. First thing I'll talk about is, run defense. You play a team like the Niners, you've got to start by stopping the run. They're one of the top in the NFL in rushing. They can really give you issues by running the ball down your throat. We had to make an emphasis of stopping the run. Our defense really stood up to the challenge, held them to just about 3 yards per carry. Now, one thing just in run game philosophy, the field's 53 1/3 yards across. All right, we talk about a couple things. Talk about setting the edge right here on the defense and boxing in the offense, and then building a wall and not going ahead and penetrating up the field and creating creases for the running back to get vertical as we run on by him. So what we're looking for right here is by setting the edge, all right, instead of defending 53 yards, we can box this into about 12 to 15 yards of defense that all 11 can flow to and keep that thing contained. Now, we'll start off right here at the side view, and really if you want to see how good your run defense is, you start with the side view and see who's really reestablishing the line of scrimmage and how you're playing. So we're going to start right here just with the initial strike right here, the defense, and when the ball turns over, what we're looking for is pad level, hand placement, and strike. And you see it right there, the hands getting inside right there, looking for eyes below, eyes across the board right there, for a good pad level and strike, and then running our feet on contact. But we want to see all the blue jerseys truly building that wall right here. Now, the next part of it is right here, talk about really setting that edge. We're going to watch Lorenzo Carter right down here, and his job is to steer everything back inside to where his help is, so Blake and the support from the secondary can flow and funnel to where that thing's contained right here. So we're going to start right here with Lorenzo now, all right, setting the edge, and that's just a good shot right there of taking on that kick-out trap block right there. We've got, all right, Leo standing there in the gap. We got Blake fitting on down, and then we're going to take a look from the back end about how the pieces fit right there. But it's a good shot there of building that wall. We got the edge set right there. We're letting the defense flow to where that ball's going right there, and we're giving them an opportunity to go ahead and contain that offense and not create space for explosive runners to really stretch it, cut, and then get vertical down the sideline like they want to.
So, Coach, in a world of fantasy football and stats, obviously, in order to have a successful play, you need all 11, and sometimes there's things that don't show up on the stat sheet that really are the catalyst to make a play work.
Oh, most noticeably. All right, so, there's going to be a lot of things these bigs do in the trenches that don't get noticed on both sides of the ball. But we're going to start here by highlighting on the inside again. Talking about Lorenzo coming in here and then setting that edge right there. We talked these guys building the wall, but one guy to really highlight right here, you look at Leo right here taking on the block from the tight end, and we talk about really beating single blocks and being disruptive and then holding up against double teams and holding the point to not go ahead and get washed out. So we're going to start right here on the edge with these two, Zoe and Leo. And right there, as you see it right there, Zoe coming in, really setting that edge. All right, Leo coming through right there and really just ejecting the tight end the gap. And now there's a body, there's a body. Here comes Blake to fill it right there. Here comes the support outside in with the corners who got to go ahead and we got to tackle on run plays, not just here to cover. All right, so this is what we call cloud force because the corner is the force play right there. So we got cloud, him coming outside in, keeping the ball contained, and then the safeties and secondary flowing from the backside. You got Devontae right here scraping from the backside as far as contained responsibility. First thing he's checking is make sure that quarterback doesn't still have the ball where he can nake it out and then run right there. All right, but again, it's a great shot right here of Leo, all right, right there in the hole, all right, hand-to-hand with the tight end, all right, pressing him, getting off the block right here, ejecting it, and then just staying square right there in the gap. Here comes Blake to fill right here. It's a nice play right here. It's really good team defense and the way we want our run defense to look like.
And Leonard Williams took care of the other tight end who tried to get him on the second wave, too.
Absolutely.
So he took care of both guys. All right, that's a look at run fit, execution, and responsibilities when it comes to stopping the run. Coach, we're going to take a look at a play on offense, a pass play to Darius Slayton that went for 23 yards, but it's about awareness and understanding the situation.
Yeah, that's really the big emphasis of this play right here is the awareness, the understanding of the situation. And it starts with just understanding what we're playing in this year is without fans. There's a lot more hard counts that are getting defense. You watch tape across the league, you got a lot of teams jumping on the inflection, all right, of the QB's cadence right there. And Daniel does a good job right here really using it to draw these guys off sides. Now, what we're looking for right here is just an opportunity, and it comes down to the awareness of the center, the quarterback, and then all the skill players on the perimeter to understand that the ball's been snapped because of the neutral zone infraction right here. So we're going to watch from the side shot right here, and Daniel's giving the hard count right here. Again, there's some crowd noise that's kind of simulated and piped in there, but it's not the same as a packed stadium, so we're looking forward to getting the Giants fans back in the stands, obviously. But we use that opportunity right here, of Daniel using the hard count. There's the jump and flinch. Here's Gates making a good heads-up play, snapping it. Here's Daniel with the awareness. And on the outside, watching Darius here, he's just going to clear straight on down the field and take a shot. We know it's a free play at this chance right now. If it's incomplete, we still get 5 bonus yards right here, but we'll take the shot down the field for a chunk play. So it's really good awareness here. Gates with the snap, the offensive line plugging together and then protecting. Daniel getting back, give him a chance, unloading it. And then here's Darius down the field. So what Daniel has identified is not just that it's a one-on-one matchup right here, but what position is the defender in right here? All right, if he's even right here, you're going to look as a quarterback to drop that thing over top and let your receiver go ahead and run into that ball and use his body as a shield between the defender and the ball coming on in. In this position here where the defender's playing high to take away that deep ball, Daniel's doing a good job identifying that early, and when he gets out, he's really working what we call a back shoulder throw. So as Darius runs down the field right here, he just wants to run and not really break stride, and Daniel just bring him turning around right there for that back shoulder. Does a tremendous job right here that we'll see in the back view a little bit clearer, where he catches the ball, shields it with his body, turns it away from the defender, gets both feet in bounds, and then completes the catch all the way through the ground after the contact. Really a heads-up play. And we'll take a look from the backside right here. Again, just the speed it happens at right here and the reactions you have to have. So again, off the hard count right here from Daniel. There's the jump. There's a snap from Gates. Here's Daniel instantly aware right here, looking for outside. You see his eyes instantly go outside for the shot play here. He's looking. He identifies the throw. We get enough protection up front right away to get him a clear shot on that in the outside. All right. And then we take advantage down the field with a good catch, but then secure of the ball right here, where you see Darius catch it, and he's turning away from the defender right there. As you see his backhand lit up, a lot of the defenders looking to punch that thing out right away and get that jar out for an incompletion. So it's a good job right here of catching, tucking, and then completing the catch to the ground. And we turn a 5-yard gain into a 23-yard gain. And
the ball placement is perfect because Daniel Jones reads where the defender is, so it's going out. Slayton runs the right amount of steps to know where the out is. So there's a lot of things that come into play here.
It's us or nobody.
Right, and then just going back to the snap. So once Gates sees the guy jump, that becomes hot?
Right away. You know, they know automatically based on certain calls and how certain situational things we plug in that those receivers on the outside know if we get the jump, they've got the clear to go ahead, and the offensive line knows they're just going to go ahead and block. Most dangerous right there. Daniel's got to catch it and get it out of his glove right away.
There you go. So that's a little behind the scenes of what takes place on each and every snap in the NFL. Coach, one of the things that you've instilled as part of building your program is discipline, fight, and never giving up. And we have an example of it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, it picks up in the kicking game. I'll tell you what, if you really want to find out about the character of your team, especially starting through your defense, it's when you're down late in the game. The score at this time was 29-9. Our guys are still fighting on throughout. But if you really want to see the character of your team, the field goal block unit, we call the Batarang unit, you know, that really shows you the kind of fight they have. They're down. They just gave up a touchdown. The opponent's on the field for an extra point right here. You want to see what kind of hustle and spirit and discipline they had to execute their job and fight through the situation and still try to make a play to help your team. And I'll tell you what, these guys fight all the way on through. It's something we're very proud of, the urgency to come to work every day, the effort they put in. All right, they're stringing together to really improve week by week. You know, and I'm proud of what they're building right here, and we know the results are going to start coming. Now, what I want to point out right here, again, we're going to run an overload rush on this situation right here. We're going to bring everything, okay, from this side of the line right here and really trying to compact and drive back. Now, we'll see some good matchups on the back end, but all I want you to see right here is just the effort and the get-off of surging across this line. We talked a minute ago about run defense, reestablishing the line of scrimmage, really setting that thing and driving off and strike. And you can see an example of a lot of the same guys doing that on this unit with how they push, they knock over guys, and they create penetration into the field goal team to really disrupt this kick in this operation. So there it is on the snap. You're looking at about 1.2 seconds to get through the line of scrimmage, get to the block point, and execute a block. And you look at these guys right here. It's instant. They've got it. They've made a play. They've knocked over the interior. They've collapsed it. We've got our D-gap, all right, and our O-gap runners right here free to the ball. And then instantly it turns into a defensive play. So in everything we do, field goal block-wise or punt return-wise, we're always playing as a defense right here. So on the backside here, we have responsibility for a scoop and score player, as well as having man-to-man responsibility. We're locked up here on the tight end. We've got a man here on the wing. Okay, we can change it up by basic calls. And then we have a deep half player over top for an overload rush right here. So what happens is when they go into their fire call, which is a generic call for any kind of bad snap or mishandled snap, the fire call is a quick release by normally the tight ends and the wings to look to get out in the pass and just give them an opportunity to get this thing out. The holder's going to scream fire, fire, fire. Everybody's rolling. Everyone's a little bit different in terms of specifically how they install, but generally speaking, that's what you're seeing. Now, as you watch over top right here, we've got the rush coming from this side. We've got a good thump in here from B.J. Hill. We got the tight end locked up man-to-man. We've got a contained player right here. We got the wing handle backside. And then we got Nate Ebner over top spine for anything else that could come his way. So as you see the play develop right here, there's the initial pressure and the bad operation. And with the pressure on, there's no chance to reload it and get the kickoff. That's going to flush the holder out now into more of a fire position. All right. Here comes the guys out in the route. Here's the coverage over top. You see the vision on the wing backside. We've got them locked up. You see the tight end locked up man-to-man. Here's our chase player backside. There's the two guys peeling off the rush right here to take care of the holder. And we've got everything taken care of over top. And that really forces the holder, who makes a heads-up play right here, to just throw this ball away. And because he's outside the pocket and it gets past the line of scrimmage, there's no intentional grounding on this right here. All right, we've already seen the effort. We saw the fight. Now some of the techniques that go into it. And really what you're looking to create in field goal rush are matchups. Now, you can go ahead and create matchups over certain rushers, and you can move it out, but you're really looking to create double teams over single blockers to drive them on back. It's a great example here of Dex and Dalvin. You watch them right here, and the way we're fitting their feet right here are, we've got the near feet back, all right, the far feet separate. And what we're looking to do right there is create more of a human vice, that on the snap of that ball, they're both stepping with the same foot at the same time and creating power through the same leg, same shoulder, to create a matchup to drive through that man and really knock him on back and generate maximum power right there. So you watch Dalvin and Dex right here on the snap, and that's just hard to hold up on right there. That's two strong guys right there knocking you over, looking to get your hands up right there. But what that does is there's a cumulative effect with this now. The more pressure you put on the inside, the more they're going to have to squeeze down and help, and that's going to expose gaps on the outside to let Cam Brown and Corey Ballantyne really skate off the edge right there and have a shot to get to this. Cam does a really nice job of 2 steps, then up and through, really skinning through that gap right there, give him a chance to flatten out and then bound up vertically for the block point. Corey's getting ready to lay out right there. Obviously, they see the fire to go ahead and pull that out right there. And then all the eyes and vision, you can see the alertness and awareness right here to know who has who and how we're playing the play throughout. So the discipline to play your responsibility and have your man in coverage, and leads to the throwaway right there. But the effort it all started with, we're down, it's late, it's easy for someone to tap out, get frustrated, say maybe next week. We're not doing it. We're not waving a white flag.
Yeah, and the two guys you showed, Dalvin Tomlinson and Dexter Lawrence, I mean, those are your starters. And in the fourth quarter of a 29-point score by the 49ers, they're not giving up at all.
Not at all. That's why they're out there.
And they didn't hit the center, which is another thing, right?
That's another penalty right there. That's another thing to hit on the rules right there. You can't touch the center anymore. The rules are a little bit different. It's about player protection. They're worried about, you know, the undersized guy inside with his head down. So by rules, you can't align anywhere on the framework of the snapper. So from shoulder to shoulder, if you've got a forearm hanging over, a foot over that frame, that's going to be a penalty right there. Now, what you got to do, making sure you're going through, is you've got to contact through the guard and not crash that center aggressively, because this guy back here, he's really got one job, and that's to watch this guy right here and protect him versus the big guys inside.
Coach, we appreciate the time as always.
Appreciate it, Bob.